Jones. That's how you win. They're really hard to play against, very well coached, and they don't quit. And I think you saw that in their team today. We had a hard time trying to defend him. You know, Earlington had not made a lot of shots from the perimeter on the year, and he made us pay for the way we were defending him, and we had to change that. But I thought the guys that guarded Figueroa and Heron did a really good job, you know, to limit those guys to 7 and 8 shots, as talented as they are. But, you know, when we share the basketball, we get out and transition, you know, good things happen. And, you know, our guys were really, really unselfish today, and we took care of the basketball, and that's a pretty good recipe for success.
Questions for the student athletes first.
Marcus, what was the key to handling their pressure? I mean, between the three of you that handled it the most, the 3 turnovers against us. How did you guys do that today?
It just started in practice. Our scout did a great job of, kind of emulating what they do in their pressure. So, and then we did a lot of drills in practice where we just, stay tight with the ball and, pass fakes and all types of, like winning, securing plays, and that's what we did. And, it really helped us on the offensive end.
That start, Marcus, you guys, I mean, the game was kind of going up and down. Was it, can I in a game like that? I mean, most teams don't let you run as much as that. I think you got off to a good start offensively. What that set the tone?
Yeah, we like any team that wants to run with us. We feel like we have the advantage there. And I thought we did have the advantage today where, I think down the stretch, they got a little tired. We kept pushing, and that's just a testament to our, just our system and how we play.
Marcus, did you have a little extra fuel in the tank yourself after struggling against Providence?
Yeah, I just always try to play confident, always try to play for my teammates and my coaching staff. They put myself in position to be successful, and, it was just a great win tonight.
Denzel, how did you wipe away the frustrations of the other night so quickly to have the game you have tonight?
I just think it's a process, like the part of college basketball. You have one game, but you might have a bad game, but you have the next one to make up for it. I feel like that's what we did today.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Well, Denzel, just your perspective. I mean, they pressed up on you a little bit too. What was the key to handling sort of their aggressiveness and to avoid turnovers against them?
Just like Marcus said earlier, it was just something that we really focused on in practice. Scout team really helped us with that, and I feel like we executed well today.
Denzel, it seems like you've gotten a lot more comfortable with the offense. Can you talk about like the difference between when you started playing and as opposed to now?
I feel like when I first started, I was trying to force everything instead of letting the game come to me, and me just trust my teammates. So I feel like I've adjusted well since then.
St. John's isn't normally a team that crashes the offensive glass as much as they did tonight. What did you notice in terms of what was breaking down in that area and why they were able to get so many second opportunities?
Early on, coach was saying that, when they shoot the ball, don't go right to the rim first. Go at your man and then kind of ease yourself in there. And, once he said that, I think they had 9 offensive rebounds at the time, and then after he told us that, they had 2 the rest of the half. So it's just little stuff like that where we just got to be smart and just kind of know what to do when, that happens.
Take 2 more for the guys.
Marcus, when you guys are getting scoring from just about everyone that steps foot on the court for you guys, how tough does that make it for teams to come in here and beat you?
Yeah, for sure. We had 6 guys in double figures, all shot about 50%. That's a really good thing. And plus, we had 21 assists on 35 made field goals. And once we do that, and then also play great defense, we're really tough to beat. So we just got to maintain that, and then try and play like that with a strong defense on Wednesday.
All right, thanks, guys.
Good job. Good job. Get some rest.
Questions for Coach?
In that first half, you guys shot the ball really well. There was a stretch where they scored on the 8 and 9 possessions, took 2, and then you held them to, I think, 11 points the rest of the half on 14 possessions. How big was that stretch defensively to go into halftime with a...
Yeah, I thought those 2 baskets by Christian Light were really critical because it gave us a little shot in the arm going into halftime. But they scored on 5 of their first 14, I think, to start the game, and then I think they scored on 4 or 5 of their last 14. But in between, they scored on 8 and 9. Some offensive rebounds, a couple miscues on how we guarded screening activities where we went under when we needed to chase, and that cost us 6 points, I believe. But fortunately, our offense is really good, because we just outscored them today. We didn't really stop them. They're hard to stop. I think they cut extremely hard. I think they put pressure on you in transition all the time. And they're unselfish. They make the extra pass. So, I've coached against Mike's teams before, so I'm not surprised by any of that. His teams always play extremely sound, and this one's no different.
Those buckets by Christian, I guess, kind of created you see him sort of adjusting. I know he didn't shoot it well against Providence, but is he kind of adjusting off the adjustments that teams have made against him, or is that kind of process still going?
I mean, it's ongoing. He's still a sophomore, and he's getting a lot of different looks. The second half, they tried to keep the ball out of his hands a bunch, and we had Ty bring it and initiate our offense, which we're fine with, and Marcus is fine with. We can shake him loose other ways, but he's a really, really good player, and he's struggled shooting the ball for a couple games, and in this league, you have to. I've said it before, and I'll say it till the end. You have to have a short memory. Like, you're gonna have games where it doesn't go exactly right. And sometimes it's got as much to do with your opponent as it does you. There's really good teams in this league, and if we have a night where we make 6 of 27 threes tonight, we're going to get beat by St. John's. So it's still sometimes a make shot, miss shot game, and fortunately we get a lot of guys that have the capability of making them.
How much of a luxury was it to have, Ty and Marcus for the most part, but also Midge, Denzel, able to kind of break pressure by themselves and not have to have a bunch of noise and chaos in the back?
Well, it's one positive to the fact that we play so small. Really, DJ, Denzel, all those guys are guards. They grew up being guards, so I mean, it's not like they can't dribble. So we pretty much always had 4 guys on the floor that can handle the basketball, and even late when we went small, to kind of match what they were doing, we had 5 guys that could handle the basketball. So not many teams are blessed with that, where you have so many different guys that can handle it. And we tried to change what we were doing a little bit on some of the inbounds, at least to give them different looks. But it's hard to play against. I don't care how much prep time you have; it's a hard team to play against.
Mike, I'm going to ask about that. Do you, there are a lot of big guys in this league, but can your small lineup be like an advantage in this league?
Well, I think the Houston Rockets just made a bunch of trades to get smaller, so there's somebody there a lot smarter than I am. I mean, it's what we have. Last year at this time we thought we'd have Martine Krompel, Jacob Epperson, and Sam Froling, and we don't have any of them right now. So the guys that have stepped in there, like Christian Bishop, has been terrific, and Calvin Jones in the role that we're asking him to play is doing a great job. And Denzel is probably a natural 3, and we've got him playing the 5 some because of our roster situation. So you take what you have and you try to make the best of it. And these guys have never questioned me when I put him in a role that I don't think Denzel enjoys guarding a center, but he knows it's what we have to do if we're going to be successful. So they've accepted the roles we've asked them to play, and that's a big reason we are where we are.
Can you elaborate a little more on, I guess, Denzel's improvement in the offensive flow and then also what he's bringing to you on defense?
I mean, if you don't play a game for almost 2 years, it's going to take a while. Obviously I'm a Pacer fan, and Victor Oladipo's coming back, and he struggled shooting the basketball and kind of getting back in the flow, and it's injury related, but it's a long recovery. And when you come back on the floor the first time, it's just like trying to get your legs, and shooting in practice and shooting in drills is different than shooting when you're running up and down in the heat and in the emotion of a game. And it just takes a little while. And I think I said at the time it could take a month or 2 or a month or so, and that's about what it took. But I think our guys have a better understanding of what Denzel can bring to the table. And I think, as Denzel mentioned, when he played at Southeast Missouri, he got the ball and he went and tried to make a play. He doesn't need to do that here. The offense will put him in positions to do it without trying to do it outside the scope of the offense. And it took him a little while to understand that. And obviously he's doing a great job of it now.
2 more for Coach.
Did you manage the game differently tonight from a mid standpoint, considering the short turnaround for you guys and a long rest for them?
Well, we managed practice on Thursday. We really didn't do anything with any of the guys that played on Wednesday night. And then we went for about an hour yesterday. So, we're kind of in management mode on the practice floor more so on the game floor. And we tried to buy the guys a couple breaks around TV timeouts. Mitch, for some reason, doesn't seem to show fatigue, so I kind of just let him go. And I think the breaks that we got Marcus and Ty, I think ended up helping him in the end.
Is this game, you got to break the press, obviously. They're aggressive. sort of have to match their aggressiveness offensively? I mean, you gotta kind of keep attacking and not be hesitant. Is that sort of?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to run, and you know they're actually their offensive pace is faster than ours in terms of how quickly they shoot it, and we don't play many teams that are like that. And you know, teams generally try to slow us down, and St. John's was more than willing to run with us, and I knew they would. And I was concerned because they have more depth than we have, but I think our guys are so conditioned now. I think Marcus and Ty and Mitch, like they understand I'm going to play 37, 38 minutes a game, and this is how we're going to play. Coach will take care of me in practice and make sure I get enough fuel in the tank. So, you know, we were more than happy to run up and down with them. Go ahead, Tom.
Did you learn anything about your team this week? I mean, going out the win in Villanova?
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't get as high on a win as some of maybe our fan base does, and I also don't think the sky is falling when you lose one. But that's what fans do. That's what makes college athletics great. Is fans are passionate about it. They want to win every one, and they hate when we lose. But the reality of it in this league, you're going to lose some. I mean, it's a really, really competitive basketball league, and there's great coaches across the league. And as you get into it, you know, teams are going to take away your pet plays. You got to go to something else. You know, so it's great. It's a great league to be part of, and I'm hopeful that the strength of our league will be rewarded for that in March, because it is really difficult to go through it. You know, there's no break.
Sorry, you like your team a lot, the personality, the kind of guys they are. Do you have I guess more of a appreciation for them as the year goes on in any way? Or?
They've been delightful to coach, and anybody that's at practice, like I don't remember many heated practices, because you know you can talk to these guys like normal human beings, and you don't have to use fear and intimidation to motivate them. They'll kind of take care of that themselves, and you know, you try to recruit. When you recruit an unselfish basketball player, generally speaking, you're also recruiting an unselfish person, because usually you don't have one without the other. So, you know, it's been part of our culture that we've tried to create, to have unselfish dudes, and we have it. And that manifests itself in a lot of ways. And sharing the basketball is one way, but, you know, when Jacob went down, the concern they had for him and the care and the disappointment when he got injured, I mean, they truly, honestly care for one another. And those kind of people are people we'd all love to be around, and I'm blessed to be around them every day. Thanks.
Thank you.